now you are enjoying a well-deserved retirement period. You must be able to look back and really think, would you share with us what one you see as your couple of most important contribution to women law and development, whether as a process, as an approach, as a concept in the different iterations it has gone through. What would you say are your two most important contributions?
Well, when I look at it, I think of the contributions of women law and development, and that's different from my own personal, obviously it's different from my own personal contribution. But I want to say, and thanks to Florence, who pushed me a couple of years ago to do something with the materials we had. And I put up a website that tells the history better than I'm sure that I've expressed it here. And that also includes all of the materials, all the resources, all the books there for anyone to take. So I think that website is called WLD-history.net. And I know we haven't done much outreach about it, but I know people are using it. So hopefully it is a resource that people can use. And the reason that I'm mentioning that is because that exercise really forced me to take a clearer look. Because when Women Law and Development International stopped, because we didn't have continued funding. We had a donor who provided core funding, and then all of a sudden it was for projects. And so it was really hard it was very difficult to continue. We'd also had an evaluation that pointed out that we were at a point where we either had to, I guess we had because up to that point, it had been a small staff doing a lot of work. The possibilities of growth meant that we needed to specialize. We needed a stable funding source. That was one of the main things. And we didn't have it for a number of reasons. And I must say, I felt so bad, like it was like my fault that we couldn't continue. But later, as I worked through, and by the way, I think one of my contributions is the development of the conceptual frameworks that we've used. And I had a lot of experience that sorting through all the kinds of papers that people have written. And in this course, it really, I was really challenged to look at that. And so in the end, I would say Women Law and Development was part of a global effort to promote women's rights. We were part of that effort, but at one point in time, we played a real key role. And so that, I think, is just a fact. And the other thing, it was the inspiration and the vision of the women in Nairobi that really set the pace. There's no doubt about it. It's sort of like if somebody had given you a handbook and said, okay, this is what you should do, it really came out of that. I mean, it took a lot of creative work on top of that, but when I think about it, what came out of, or what the women in Nairobi wanted, there are several things, and I think we can look at each one of them and see how they have been fulfilled and are continuing to be fulfilled. But one was creating this network of women, Asia, Africa, Latin America. And that happened. The second was, well, implementing conferences. I guess that's related to the network. But to promote this exchange of ideas across Asia, Africa, Latin America. Then, you know, formulating draft legislation, that was also one of the things that was recommended. And that happened in many different ways. And one of the other recommendations, popularize the language of the law and promote legal literacy and understanding of the law and human rights, and demystify it so that people feel a sense of participation. Because we all know that so many women, they do not see themselves as subject to rights. And this was the whole idea, to foment understanding and engagement. And then, now it's very interesting, the term that was used in Nairobi is to contribute to a alternative law, which I believe really evolved into a feminist law, because that's basically what they were saying. To develop, I'm going to read what it says, a work toward an alternative law which would maximize women's rights and be drawn from the language, reality, and experiences of the vast majority of third world peoples whose interests historically have been ignored. Well, that's feminist law, it's alternative law. And that's really, I do believe, has been one of the contributions.
Very good, Marge. Thank you so much. We've learned quite a lot, I think, from your sharing. I don't know, over to you, Madhu.
We are hugely grateful to Marge and Florence for coordinating with us across time zones of US West Coast, Uganda, and PLD in India for this conversation. Thank you very much. I'd strongly encourage all of you who are interested to visit the WLD history site for its meticulous record of the processes, concept, photographs, and publications that emerged from the WLD movement. The impact of this movement goes much beyond the institutions that emerged through the process. Indeed, PLD, founded in 1998, much after WLD process, was very much inspired by this movement. On behalf of PLD, I also invite you to check out the repository of the Feminist Law Archives hosted on our website, and join us for the next episodes of this series of curated conversations on feminist visions of law and justice. We'd very much like to hear from you. Give us your feedback on social media and email. Thank you, and catch you at the next episode.